Welcome back to another FLYTECH podcast.
Today's Friday, April 14th, and you just tuned into the Flies podcast on all podcast platforms. My name is Nick.
And I'm Dominic. We got some fly topics for you today. So for our first topic, Apple is set to cut off services for devices running iOS 11.
Oh, that's going to be good, Dominic. But for our second topic, Apple stopped production of the M2 chip back in January due to the plummeting MacBook sales.
And then lastly, for our third topic, Samsung is investing $3.1 billion in a facility that will make OLED panels for 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros.
For our first topic, it seems like Apple might be cutting off services to some of its older devices pretty soon, based on a rumor that Dominic and I stumbled upon recently. So if you're using a device running iOS 11, macOS High Sierra, or older versions, this one's for you.
Absolutely. And just a quick reminder, this is still a rumor, so let's take it with a grain of salt. However, it's always good to be prepared for such changes, right?
Most definitely, Dominic. So according to iClarified, Apple might be ending support for devices running on iOS 11, the macOS Sierra, and the older versions, as I stated earlier, in the very near future. So this means that if you're using any of these older devices, you might soon lose access to essential services like the App Store, iCloud, and even iMessage.
Dang, that's a bummer for those who are still holding on to their older devices. The main reason behind this potential move is Apple's continuous push towards providing more secure and advanced features that require newer software versions. By ending support for these older versions, they can focus on providing a better experience for users on newer devices. What are your thoughts, Nate?
My thoughts are exactly. And you know what? It's not just about the software. It's also about the hardware. I mean, these older devices often have limited processing power, and it makes it a little bit hard for the latest apps and services to run smoothly. So, in a way, Apple is encouraging other users to upgrade their devices for just like a better overall experience.
That's a good point. Now, if you're one of those users that's still on the older versions, you might be wondering, what can you do? Well, the first thing is to check see if your device is eligible for a software update. If it is, then go ahead and update to the latest version to keep enjoying Apple's services.
But if your device is not eligible for an update, you might want to consider upgrading to a newer device. Look, we understand this can be a huge investment, but it's worth it to ensure that you still have access to all the features, security updates, and services that Apple offers.
Definitely. Well, we'll keep you guys updated on this rumor as more information becomes available.
Yes, sir. For our second topic, Apple's MacBook sales and how it might have affected the production of their M2 chip. This one's for all the MacBook enthusiasts out there, so let's dive right in.
Yeah, so according to a report, it looks like Apple stopped the production of their M2 chip back in January. And the reason for this halt in production is said to be the plummeting sales of MacBooks. To be honest, that's news to me. I love my M2.
Facts. I mean, look, I love my M2. I don't know, maybe I feel like it just wasn't a big jump like from the Intel to the M1, right? That was like 300% faster. But from M1 to M2, it's like 15-20%. Like, you're not going to feel that difference. Well, the report suggests that the sales of MacBooks have been on a downward trend, and it seems like Apple has decided to take a step back and reassess their strategy. So, as we all know, the M2 chip was supposed to be the successor to the highly acclaimed M1 chip, which has received rave reviews for its performance and efficiency.
Definitely. The M1 chip has been a game changer in the market, in the industry, and many were eagerly waiting for the M2 to hit the market. But it seems like the decrease in MacBook sales has made Apple reconsider their plans. It's important to note that Apple hasn't released any official statements about this just yet, so we shouldn't take this report as much as just spilled tea.
Absolutely. Now, if this report is accurate, there could be multiple factors contributing to the decline in MacBook sales. I mean, for instance, the global chip shortage might have played a role in slowing down production, leading to the limited availability of these devices. Honestly, the chip shortage has affected everyone, even that boy Elon.
Yo, my boy Elon. But that's a good point. Another factor could be the rise in competition with more companies producing laptops with good performance features. This increase in competition might have influenced potential MacBook buyers to consider other options.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to see healthy competition in the market, and it keeps companies like Apple on their toes. Now, we can only speculate about the future of the M2 chip, the future. I'm sorry about that. And the MacBook lineup, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Apple's next move will be whether they're even going to bounce back from this. What else they're going to come up with next? The M2X, something like that.
Yo, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll be keeping an eye out on any developments, and we'll be sure to update you guys on any news related to the M2 chip.
On to our third and last topic. Samsung and their investment in a new facility that will make OLED panels for 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. Will this help the plummeting MacBook sales, though?
So let's dive straight into it. Samsung is reportedly investing a whopping $3.1 billion in a facility that will produce OLED panels specifically for 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. This is a significant investment and shows Samsung's commitment to expanding their presence in the display market.
That's right. And it's important to note that Samsung has been a long-standing supplier of Apple display needs. So this investment is a continuation of their partnership pretty much. With this new facility, we can definitely expect Samsung to produce high-quality OLED panels that will elevate the display experience for MacBook Pro users, definitely. What are your thoughts, Dominic?
I mean, shoot, absolutely. And for those who might not be familiar with OLED technology, it offers many benefits compared to the traditional LCD displays. OLED panels are known for their deep blacks, vibrant colors, and energy efficiency, which makes it a great choice for premium devices such as the MacBook Pro.
Exactly. And with the Samsung being one of the leading manufacturers of OLED panels, that's no surprise that Apple has chosen to continue their partnership. This investment also highlights the growing demand for OLED displays in the market as more and more device manufacturers are adopting the technology. Yeah,
that's a great point.
I'm surprised they hadn't already done this.
Yo, that's facts. That's a great point. And it's exciting to see what the future holds for OLED technology and how it will shape displays of our devices. We can't wait to see these new MacBook Pros with Samsung's OLED display panels in action.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how these new screens, displays will enhance the user experience on the MacBook Pro. But we'll definitely keep you updated as more information becomes available. Dominic, can you whip up the takeaways for our beautiful listeners? And
yes,
don't forget to give me that fun fact.
I got you. So, the first photo took about 8 hours to expose. The photo simply titled View from the Window at La Grasse. It's said to be the world's earliest surviving photograph taken between 1826 and 1827 by Nicephore Nicepe. Due to technical limitations, it took 8 hours to expose. Because of these lengthy times it took to produce a photo, most people chose not to smile in older photographs because they would need to stay still for so long. Now, on to our first story. It seems like Apple might be cutting off services for some of its older devices running iOS 11 pretty soon.
For a second story, Apple stopped the M2 chip production back in January due to the lack of MacBook sales.
And lastly, for our last topic, Samsung is investing $3.1 billion in a new facility that will produce OLED panels for 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros.
And that is the end of another FLYTECH podcast.
Yes, sir. We'll be posting every Monday and Friday, your favorite days of the week, so be sure to tune in.
Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at MaxMFix.
Until next time, you guys stay safe and take care.
Peace.